Hi guys and gals and kittens. So in this video I'm going to show you how you can create a GPT, an email blaster that allows you to create emails and collect contacts. So the first thing we're going to need a database. So here I am in SQL Studio, allowing me to visually design my database as I see fit. I'm going to have to first go to database and actually create a database. I'm going to be calling mine email blaster. Right? So now I've created a new SQLite database, at which point I can click the edit button here. I'm immediately brought on to SQL Studio, at which point I can start creating my database. I'm just going to have one single table in it with one field being name, type text, not nullable, and then another field called email, type text, not nullable. And now I'm done with my database. Now I want to go to the CRUD generator, the endpoint generator. I want to choose my database here, and then I'm just going to be I'm going to, you know what, no, don't let me mess with authentication and that stuff. I'm just going to generate endpoints immediately, at which point now I have an API. This API can be easily consumed from GPTs or GPT from OpenAI, which I'm going to be doing. However, before I do that, I'm going to open up HyperID here, and then I'm going to be expanding my modules folder. Then I'm going to expand the email blaster folder, and then I'm going to create a new file whose name is send-email.post.hl. Why? Because I want to have an HTTP post endpoint that I can use to send emails. This endpoint is going to have to have an arguments collection, name, string, email, string, subject, string, body, string. So now I've declared the arguments to my email endpoint. Now I want to give it a description. Sends an email to the specified recipient with the specified subject and body. So now I have my basic template for an email sending endpoint. At this point, I want to go to the documentation for Magic, polterguy.github.io. Then I want to click this guy, hamburger menu up here, and then I want to find magic.lambda.mail, at which point I will find some example HyperLambda code. I can just copy and paste, and I can go back here and paste it in. I want to remove the server parts entirely. Why? Because I have configured, cannot show you this form because it contains my SendGrid API key. However, it's very easy to do. You just click the configuration part here and you click the SMTP thing up in the top right corner here, and you can easily configure your own SMTP server. Now I want to change this one to set recipient, set name, I guess set value we can do first, set value, dot slash asterisk slash, and then we want to copy this guy, slash double asterisk, slash rec, get value, colon x, colon at dot arguments, asterisk, email. What I'm basically doing here is I'm setting this thing to the email address input argument specified here. And then I want to set the name to the name argument. And then I want to set from, we want to delete because we've configured our SMTP settings to automatically send the email to our standard from name and from email address. However, I want to do the subject line here to become the input argument for the subject, and then I want to do the same with the body. Now let's see if we have everything we need. I'm not entirely sure if we need to do an unwrap, but let's do one just in case. Now let's just test our endpoint. I guess we could return result success. Save it, and then let's go to our manage and open up our endpoints here, at which point we will find our send-email endpoint. Can't filter on it before it's populated, so let's wait until it's been populating here. Now let me try to send Thomas Hansen, email address thomas@gaiasol.com, subject, hello there, and body, message from Hyper Lambda. Hopefully this is going to work, otherwise it's going to be throwing an exception if it doesn't. Now if it returns success, then it obviously worked. It successfully connected to my SMTP server, it sent the email. If I now check my email account, in fact, let me do that. I'm gonna have to blur the screen now because I don't want you to see my email inbox, but I'm going to be showing you the email I just got. And as you can see here, I now have an email saying hello there as the subject, message from Hyperlambda. It's being sent from Tage Leander Hansen, CEO of iNiro, because that's the default configuration of our SendGrid account. That's the email address it is sending messages from. So now I have an HTTP endpoint. I can actually send an email, and I have the means to collect contact information. And you know what, to make things easier, because it's actually got authentication requirements, let me regenerate the backend and just remove the authentication requirements here. So I'm going to delete this module once I'm done with this YouTube video. And maybe at some point in the future, I will end up creating this as a reusable module. You can just simply download through our plugins repository, at which point you will be able to find the entirety here in manage/plugins as a separate plugin. But I'm not going to be doing that today. I'm just going to be verifying now in my endpoints. Email-blaster, that everything does not, okay, roles root, let me try again, refresh. Email blaster, ta-da, account, and there's no authentication. And I now actually have an API, open API, that I can connect a custom GPT with, that allows me to create, read, update, and delete contacts with emails and names, and also send emails, crucially. So now if I filter on open API, I find the endpoints here, click this guy, I click this guy, and then I filter on email-blaster is the name of it. Let's try it out just to verify that it's actually returning my API endpoints as an open API specification here. And as you can see, it does. Contacts count, and you know, contacts get, read, update, delete, all that beautiful stuff. I can now copy the URL. I go into ChatGPT here now. I create a custom GPT. I click configure. Go down here now. I create a new action. I don't need authentication, so I'm just going to be pasting in the URL here now for my open API specification. And here we are. Now I can count contacts using my email blaster action. And as you can see now, it asks me if it can invoke sales my HTTP API endpoint. Just did. So let's see, it should return 0, obviously. There are currently no contacts in your email blaster database. Okay, thank you. I want to create a new contact. Let's see what it says now. I can help you with that. Please provide me with a name and email address. Okay, Thomas Hansen and thomas@gaiasol.com. So now the point being that now it's going to hopefully, with a little bit of luck, invoke my create HTTP endpoint. It asks me for permission, talking to my cloudlet, and now it hopefully successfully invoked the endpoint and inserted Thomas Hansen with the email address thomas@gaiasol.com. And now let's say, cool, let's create another called Tage Leander with tage@iniro.io. And now it talks to my API endpoint. I'm going to allow it. When it's done, I'm going to ask it to list all my contacts. Come on. There we go. Okay, list all my contacts. And now it should be returning 2 contacts for me. So now I have CRUD capability towards my contacts contact database table. What I want to do now, I want ChatGPT to help me create an email. Here are the contacts currently in your email blaster database. Name Thomas Hansen, thomas@guysol.com, name Tage Lander, tage@inero.io. Cool. I want to send I want you to help me compose an email. I want the email to be a marketing email which highlights the benefits of utilizing GPT apps in a company. Please create a catching subject and a body for me. See what it comes up with. Absolutely, I can help you with that. Subject: transform your business with GPT technology, unleash innovation and efficiency. Their recipient's name: in today's fast-paced business world, staying ahead of the curve is more than just a goal, it's a necessity, blah, 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 blah. Personalized customer experience in the age of personalization, GPT, blah, 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 blah. Cost effective, blah, blah, blah. Looking forward to explore new possibilities with you, blah, blah, blah. Best regards, your name. Cool. Send the email to Thomas Hansen from my contact action, from my email blaster actions contacts endpoint. Now, for the record, unfortunately, I have to destroy this guy. I don't want random guys on the internet just finding my GPT and using our SFTP server to send emails to random people. But I'm going to be writing a blog, an article with the entirety of the code. You can find a link to it in the description of this YouTube video, where you can reproduce exactly what I'm doing. Of course, the key point here being that I'm using a Magic Enterprise Cloudlet, or a professional cloudlet at the very least, 198 euros per month, that allows you to create such things such as this. So, but I basically created an AI-based blaster. If I spent 20 more minutes on it, unfortunately I have a meeting in 13 minutes, so I have to finish the video now. But if I spend 20 more minutes on the video, I could probably create like a blaster sending emails to 1,000 people, each email being individually based, giving them compliments by scraping their website, finding relevant key talking points based upon our products towards their particular needs and their particular niche, giving them unique benefits, especially tailored towards their particular niche of whatever it is they're doing, and then just like have 1,000 emails sent 100% automatically over a period of an hour or two. Let's see, talking to, this is taking some time, unfortunately. Let's see, allow. Hopefully this is going to work. Talk to sales T, and the email has been successfully sent to Thomas Hansen. Now, if I go to my email inbox, thomas@guysol.com, I'm going to have to blur the screen now, unfortunately. Then you will see the email here. Transform your business with GPT technology, unleash innovation and efficiency. There, Thomas Hansen, blah, 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 blah. And Unfortunately, it didn't transform it from Markdown. I guess I should have a Markdown to HTML thing and probably send the email as an HTML email instead of a text email. However, these are details. I spent literally 15 minutes on this YouTube video, and I don't want to spend more time than I've already done. The email, of course, it's not correctly signed. Details yet again. Point is, I got basically a close to zero code solution that ended up creating a custom GPT for me that allows me to do email blasts. I think that's pretty cool if you ask me. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, subscribe, share the video with your friend, comments, all that beautiful stuff, and have a beautiful day, people.